Idaho is just a bunch of potatoes and pickup trucks. If you don't like those things, you might not like Idaho. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about 9 things that you're gonna wanna know about before moving to Idaho. Hey guys, my name's Craig Flood and I'm a real estate agent here in Idaho. And in this video, I'll be pointing out the fact that Idaho isn't for everybody. Number 1, gun ownership. Guns. In Idaho, you can open carry, you can conceal carry without a permit. So that means if I'm 18 years or older, I can literally conceal a weapon on my body. I need no permit, I need nothing. I can just do that. I remember I was out to ice cream with my kids recently here on the Boise bench. And I got the ice cream, I was walking it over to the picnic table where we were eating, and I just remember looking over and there's a guy with fairly a tight shirt on, and all you saw was the imprint of like a 9mm on his hip. And I mean, that's kind of like Idaho in a nutshell right there for you. Getting ice cream with your kids, and then there's a guy, you know, concealed carry, not super concealed, but concealed carry. And that's just what it's like. Idaho is red. It's a conservative state. So if you're coming here and you're maybe used to California and how things were there, or you're used to another liberal city or a liberal state, coming here is going to be a bit of adjustment. The one thing I would say with that is we welcome you with open arms. Just don't try to change us. We like how things are here. We don't like how things are there. I'm assuming that if you're considering moving, you kind of fall into that same category. You're leaving what you maybe didn't like, whatever it was, and you're coming somewhere else. And we would say, be open to how things are done here in Idaho, adjust, get to know people and enjoy it and see what it's like, maybe doing something differently than what you're used to. The weather in Boise, it can get really hot and it can get really cold. The beautiful thing about Boise is that we get all 4 seasons. So it's really lovely. Right now it's the fall. It's gorgeous, the leaves are changing. I officially put away my chacos for the season, but winter is coming and it does get chilly. If you move here, expect to get a long down jacket, maybe some fluffy furry boots, snow tires, all that stuff. And in the summer, expect it to get really hot, like 100-degree days, back to back to back to back, where all you really kind of want to do is crawl up into your house and hopefully you have AC to keep you cold. When you go start your car, just like in the winter where you start it to heat it up, in the summer, you start it to cool it down so that you don't get baked when you get in there.
You're sweating.
Hey, I just want to take a little pause. If you're enjoying this content, I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed to it, if you found it useful. Be sure to check out my channel. There's other videos just like this that are hopefully helping you in the process as you're considering, do I want to relocate to Idaho? The inversion. The inversion is this unique little thing that happens here in Treasure Valley. An inversion is when the air mass above us gets flipped upside down. So for example, if you were to go up in elevation, typically, you know, you'd get colder as you go up, where the air inversion flips everything over. So it's colder down below, it's warmer up top, and everything kind of gets trapped down here. So that can affect air quality and the weather, and it can just be a bit gloomy for a little while. So the inversion. Speaking of air quality, we can talk about smoke. In the summer, we'll get wildfires, and Boise in the Treasure Valley, this area, will get covered in smoke. So if you have things like asthma, it can totally affect your asthma and the breathing. It affects the air quality. And again, it's one of those times where maybe you don't want to go outside because of the air quality and how things are.
So it's the end of August right now, and I just wanted to show you guys the smoke.
Hostility towards Californians. You will see bumper stickers that are telling you, if you're from California, to go home and that we don't want you here. Now, I will say, I've talked to a lot of people from California, and I'm in the Facebook groups and I hear people talking about this stuff. A lot of people do feel welcome. If I met you and you're from California, I honestly could care less. I really just care about who you are. Are you going to contribute to Idaho? Do you enjoy it here, or are you trying to change it to make it be something that it isn't? But with that being said, if you move here, you could feel some kickback for being from California. The only thing I would encourage you is to, you know, if you do experience that or you do get that, is just to have a conversation with the person and find out what it is about Californians that they don't like. Maybe that isn't you. But again, just a final note on that, I don't think that is the norm at all, but it doesn't mean it won't happen. It's a desert. Now they call Boise the city of trees, but we can't forget it is southern Idaho. It is a semi-arid desert. Quick little interesting fact about that is that Boise is derived from a French term, les bois, no idea if I'm saying that correctly, which means the wood. So it's interesting that Boise is called the city of trees. Another thing, if you're coming from the East Coast and you come here and you see that we call Boise the city of trees, you will probably heartily disagree with that. Being from the East Coast, you're probably used to seeing a ton of trees, and you come here and you're like, this is definitely not the city of trees. At the same time though, when you're flying on an airplane and you kind of see Boise in the Treasure Valley, you do see that it is a pocket of trees in a complete desert wasteland. But again, Boise is located in a desert, so be sure to expect dryness and have lots of lotion ready. It's a college town. So two things with that. It's a college town. I would say, unlike some other towns that I'm used to, the college doesn't dominate the town, meaning when the students leave, it's not like the town dies off. But at the same time, it's a college town, and the college is located right on, the south side of the river from downtown. It takes up a lot of real estate. A lot of the homes, especially south of the college campus, are just kind of riddled with beer cans and beer pong tables in the front yard, dead grass, cars parked on the lawn. And it's where all the college kids hang out, and they're really not known for, taking care of yards and taking care of houses and things like that. Additionally, I live on the Boise Bench, so I'm a pretty good distance from the college campus, but there are nights when I go to bed and I'm like, gosh, what do I hear? Sure enough, I literally hear music and chanting and the noise coming from the college stadium, from the football field, where the Broncos play, on their blue field. So again, just to wrap that up, Boise is a college town. Construction. There is a ton of construction. A lot of people have been moving into the Treasure Valley, and it's kind of like a hallmark of what you see around here. There's just constantly construction happening, whether that's construction on Interstate 84. My folks were in town this last week visiting. We did an early Thanksgiving.
Sally, Thanksgiving is a very important holiday.
And me and my dad went out to the Owyhee to go fly fishing, and he just was making comments. He's like, man, I was here last year and they were working on 84, and I'm here this year and they're working on 84. And it's like, yeah, they're still working on that.
Oh man, swerve them potholes.
In addition to, it's like you could easily be driving through Boise or Meridian or Eagle or anything like that, and you could see an open field, and the next week you drive by that, it's half developed with homes. And so I feel like construction is just always happening. There's either road construction or there's a plot of land that's been bought and is now being developed into multifamily or a housing complex. So construction is definitely a staple of things right now, and hopefully it doesn't backfire on the city. So there you have it, 9 things, not 8, not 10, but 9 things that you'll want to consider if you're thinking about moving to Boise. If you find those things don't bother you that much and you're saying, hey, I would like to relocate to Idaho, southern Idaho, or the Treasure Valley, or Boise, then be sure to reach out to me. You can call me, text me, email me. I'd be happy to chat with you and help guide you in your process of relocating and moving towards that step of calling Idaho your home. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider liking and subscribing. I would love that. I make more and more content like this every week for you guys to help you in your journey. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.